What animatronics are returning to Spirit Halloween this year? Is the question a lot of people typically have this time of the year. So, in this video, I am going to be discussing 5 animatronics I would like to see Spirit Halloween bring back for the 2025 Halloween season. Also, for those of you who didn't watch my live stream a few weeks ago, as you can see, things are a lot different, and as the months go by, things are going to be changing up quite a lot on the channel, starting off with this new setup, which this will also change as the months go by. I'm not going to keep this setup for good. Chances are a lot of items will be replaced, like this creepy roaming bear I recently got, and the pumpkin twins back there, which, if you guys didn't see that stream either, then you're probably wondering how I got those. I'll save that for another time. Today, I am just going to be discussing the animatronics I would like to see come back to Spirit Halloween for the 2025 Halloween season. I'll be giving you a list of 5 of my personal picks that I would like to see back, and mind you, just because I put them on this list does not mean I like the prop or that I would buy it. I just want to see Spirit return it, because it would be good for them to return things like this. If it's like a fan favorite item, it just goes to show that Spirit is listening to fans. And that is why my number 5 pick will have to be Silent and Deadly Clown. Personally, this prop is not for me. Like, I get it, it's a human clown, people like human clowns. For me, this is one of those props where I can't really complain about, but I can't really like either. Because, to me, okay, this is my exact thought process when I see this guy. What is there to like, but what is there to dislike? I don't hate him, but I don't like him either. He's just not for me. But I know a lot of people want this prop back, and Spirit has been teasing this guy at us for quite a while. And for props like Pumpkin Nester, he just stopped getting shown by Spirit. Spirit just completely stopped recognizing him for some reason. Doesn't seem to be the case for Silent and Deadly yet. He was referenced in last year's themes on the posters, which were literally merchandise that was sold, and he was literally in the ISE on the hologram fan, so I'm really hoping that Silent and Deadly will come back this year. Even though I would not consider purchasing this guy, he's personally not for me. I really hope he does return, because it would just go to show that Spirit is listening to their fans, which has not seemed to be the case for a little bit now, especially with last year's returns. They just seem kind of random. I really think that Silent and Deadly would be an awesome return for a lot of people. I know a lot of people have been wanting this prop to return for years now, and I feel like this year could finally be the year he comes back. Similar to Silent and Deadly, I'm not huge on this prop. I used to be a fan of this guy. Pumpkin Patch Prowler. I feel like Pumpkin Patch Prowler would be a really good return. He's a really neat classic Halloween-y prop, although I wouldn't get him. I do like him to some extent. A lot of people have been wanting this guy back lately, and I can see why. He looks great, his details are really cool. He's a nice, simple, and effective pumpkin prop. He's very Halloween-y, and I want Spirit to start doing some more classic Halloween-y stuff again. In 2023, they did amazing with doing a bunch of classic Halloween ideas, like Gordo in the back there. They had Cauldroness, Desmodus, Hellspawn, just to name a few classic-ish Halloween props that they had in 2023. This guy would be a perfect addition to Spirit's classic Halloween stuff that I love seeing from them, and just any store in general. I love classic Halloween stuff, and Pumpkin Patch Prowler would be an awesome return. I really hope he does come back this year. If not, then that is okay. I wouldn't really consider getting him probably anyway. Don't get me wrong, he's not a bad prop. I just don't really have much interest for him, but it would be really awesome to see this guy return. I'm putting this guy in my number 3 spot. Forest Demon. I had this guy in my 2023 video, of this sort, and it was for good reason, because for those of you who don't know, in 2023, I discovered a listing on Spirit's website for a Forest Demon t-shirt. He was supposed to get merchandise that year, meaning Spirit recognized him, but then just canned it for some reason. I don't know why. I would have bought that up so hard, depending on how the design looked. That would have been so cool. But Forest Demon, well, over the years he's kind of grown off me. I do quite like this guy still. I would definitely consider purchasing this guy if he comes back, if they make a few upgrades to him. The 2017 model wasn't the best in terms of quality. His jump scare was delayed and stuff, and the mouth movement was not really noticeable. However, I feel like if they made this guy today and made a few upgrades to him, he would be a very, very good remake. I really like Forest Demon, and I feel like he definitely deserves to come back. A lot of people want this guy back. I'm one of those people. He definitely deserves to return. Alright, this is one of my holy grail props right here. This prop, I say this every year, I need this prop to return. Ripping Reaper of Souls. We were so close to getting this guy back in 2019 for his 10th anniversary, but Spirit decided it was a good idea to can him. Are you kidding me? This is literally one of my holy grail animatronics, and easily the best Reaper animatronic of all time. If this guy returns, Spirit, you can take all my money. This is genuinely one of the creepiest animatronics Spirit has ever sold, and I would kill for this thing to return. I'm sure a lot of people would be with me on this one. I know this guy is very well liked, and over these past few years, people have been recognizing him again and have been wanting him to return. This year marks 16 whole years since this guy was released, and he was one of Spirit's longest selling exclusive items, if not the longest selling exclusive animatronic that they've sold. But he did stop getting sold fairly recently. I guess he was last sold in 2016, so I can kind of see why they wouldn't bring him back in 2019, because I feel like it'd be a little too early for him to return. But there's no reason as to why 6 years later he's still not back yet. It's kind of crazy. I really do hope they consider bringing this guy back at some point, because this is just one that I would kill to have. He would so fit my theme too. As you guys might know, I did a cemetery themed haunt last year. I'm planning to do it one more time this year before I move on to different themes. However, that being said, I really want this guy to come back. He is one of my real props. I love this guy. And I saved my personal favorite for last. If you know me, you probably already know what is in my #1 spot. Another one of my grail animatronics, Hugs the Clown. There is absolutely no way this guy has not returned yet. I'm sure a lot of people can agree with me. We need Hugs back. I was really surprised to see that this guy did not return last year. It literally would have been the perfect opportunity, and I would have preferred him over Creepy Towering Clown's return, which in my opinion, they really screwed up his return, because the new one is just so weird, dude. This animatronic is easily one of my favorite props ever. I am so surprised that such a fan favorite item has not come back yet. I mean, when was he last sold? Let me check. He was last sold in 2020, so 5 years ago. I think this is a good time for him to return. Plus, if you think about it, maybe he does have a decent chance of returning. A, he's a fan favorite. Everyone knows who Hugs is. B, he's been referenced countlessly over the last few years on Spirit stuff. Like just last year, he was on the Spirit Halloween Carnival trading cards that people bought from Flagship and from the, what are they called? The influencer boxes. I'm not really sure. The PR boxes, yes. People got them, and Hugs was on the cards. For such a fan favorite item, like, why hasn't he returned? A lot of people probably recognize him too. Like, even the newer Spirit fans are gonna be like, oh, I know who that is. I feel like he just has a really good chance of returning this year. I was really sure he would return last year, and he didn't. I'm really bummed about that. But if this guy returns this year, I would definitely purchase him. He would fit well in the, I don't want to spoil anything, but he would fit in a section of my haul quite perfectly. And once again, this is just one of my favorite props Spirit has sold, and I would kill for this guy to come back. But that is just my personal top 5. This video style, as you've noticed, is quite a bit different. I just went with the flow here. I didn't want to make anything too long. It's literally 5 props that I want to see return. But video styles are probably going to be changing a lot over these last few, or I can't talk. Literally every time I film myself, I screw up something. But over the few months that go by, things are gonna change a lot. I want to change up my editing style. I want to make more entertaining videos. I feel like my videos are just way too boring to sit through. Shoot, I can't even sit through my own videos most of the time. So hopefully in the next few months I get back into doing these videos and I change up a bunch of stuff that I want to improve on the channel. Things are gonna be really fun this year. I got a lot of stuff planned. I'm super excited for you all to join me. So once again, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like and subscribing to the channel if this is your first time here, or if you're new and if you're returning and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. I'm not even gonna cut any of this out. This is too funny now to keep out. Oh my god. But yeah, for the last time, thanks for watching, and this is Darealist signing off.